So I'm actually out of town for a week right now on a job interview, but I still wanted to make some content, and something that's really been on my mind lately is the fact that Overwatch still doesn't have a freaking movie or TV show. Like, I know we got some of those 3 animated shorts that we got that were like 5 minutes long that Blizzard tried to hype up, but we haven't gotten any substantial piece of content about like the actual game and footage outside of the PvE a little bit in a very long time. And specifically about having like a TV show, like a legit production TV show, I think that would be one of the best things they could possibly do. And especially when we look at like what Riot did with Arcane. And if you haven't seen Arcane, it's just freaking insane. Like one of the best animated things I've seen, period. And it's not that the history of League of Legends or the lore, the presumed lore, is anything better than Overwatch. In fact, I would say that Overwatch has stronger roots that if they could turn it into something even better. Like the raw material is there to make an amazing story, and we just haven't seen it. And I've been thinking about this for a while, and the more I thought about it, the more I just like it seemed like it's a no-brainer. A lot of people want to see it. A lot of us would watch it. I think people have tried Overwatch a lot that have like moved on, and most people would still watch like a TV show or a movie, but it doesn't really seem that Blizzard cares about it or isn't very interested in it. But perhaps they're cooking something behind the scenes. It just feels like they had so much time. I mean, what? It's been how long since freaking 2015 Overwatch has been in beta, and it's been that popular since, and it's a huge narrative driven game, and we just haven't gotten anything for it. It just seems really strange, and the only thing that I can really think of is they wanted to tell the story not in a TV show or a movie. They wanted to tell the story in their PvE, right? Especially when that was the original plan for Overwatch since the beginning. They wanted a PvE. They basically have been planning the PvE since the dawn of time. That was what a lot of people wanted. They made the best PvP game in the world, but they wanted a PvE game, so they worked towards a PvE, and it seems like that's where they wanted to tell their story. But now they're kind of telling the story, but I just feel like it would be so much more digestible in a tight package. Not to mention, you can just tell different aspects of the story. Like, especially when we looked at those shorts, they were about the beginning, the birth of the Omnics, right? The birth of sentience. And that was super interesting, and they could do that about a lot of different things. I know we've learned and heard a lot of the stories before, but I wouldn't even mind like a complete recap since the beginning of Overwatch. I also, especially with like the age debacle and the inconsistencies in the age and stuff, I wouldn't even mind like a soft reboot of the Overwatch lore. Like, make a actual like TV show that perhaps sets the new standard or sets the new rules for like whatever is the actual age of things, whatever the actual origin is of certain things, and you know, make that the new canon timeline, right? I think you could easily do that, and it would still be really, really interesting. Now, I guess after that, the only question is, should it be a TV show or should it be a movie? I think especially if they were starting like a TV series based on Overwatch, especially for people that never watched it, because I think you should make it for an audience of people that have never watched any of the cinematics as is. So it's like going in dark. They would probably want it to be a TV series where they could introduce characters slowly, or they would even have a TV series where there's certain episodes about certain characters. That would make it feel a little bit disconnected, but maybe you could connect it towards the end, or you could just center a TV show on like a couple of characters. I really think that Genji is like a really, really good protagonist to center the entire story around. Considering he's front and center through a lot of the conflict that happens, I know that there's a lot of other stories that need to be told, but he could be the central one, and then you could kind of branch off. But definitely an interesting thing to think about, and I just kind of wanted to make this video just to talk about why I think that this is the biggest missed opportunity that, you know, Blizzard has had. Like, really, it's such a missed opportunity, and I really hope they decide to do this at some point, or maybe they've been cooking something this entire time. We're gonna have to wait and see on that one, but definitely let me know if you agree or disagree down below, and yeah, I'll see you next time.